Tanner, what did you pick this week?
Dude, I picked 10 Cloverfield Lane.
More like 10 Cloverfield Lame.
Dude,
Fuck
you
you.
made that joke 3 times already this week.
But not on this podcast.
That's facts. We got a girl. She gets in a car wreck. She's kidnapped and taken to a bunker. She is told the world has ended. And then she plots to escape the bunker, and she does, and the guy was totally right, and she's fucked. The end. Fun fact, Michelle doesn't speak for the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh, interesting.
Extra fun fact. You guys know the voice actor for Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
He had a very short... He was the boyfriend on the phone.
Whoa.
Holy smoke, she's dating a raccoon?
I guess so. No, I remember looking through the casting list, and because I love John Goodman. He's one of my favorite paranormal monster movie actors. But then I saw Bradley Cooper.
Paranormal monster movie actors. It's a very... It's a cast full of contention.
Every actor has their niche, though. And he's apparently in a lot of paranormal monster movies. But then I saw Bradley Cooper. Like, who the fuck was Bradley Cooper in this movie? And it was just the dude on the phone. So he was in the movie for like 30 seconds.
I thought this movie was pretty dang good. I think it's very tense. I think the pacing is very good, especially for one of these, like, trapped in a single location movies.
Yeah, bottle episode, as it were.
And my only major problem is the ending, which should have ended many times over. And it just shows way too much and kind of deflates, like, everything we had seen up to that point.
Yeah, there were definitely, like, a few different options they could have gone with the ending, because it's like, they absolutely shouldn't have made it this long, drawn-out fucking action sequence like they did. They could have made it like, she stands someone in the car, sees the spaceship, and is like, oh, fuck, and then it just ends. They could have also had it be like, I don't know, she still, like, manages to escape, but, like, she doesn't see a spaceship or whatever. She starts the car and, like, starts driving off, and then she hears, like, the radio stuff, and then it's like, oh, we need help in Houston, all that stuff still, and she, like, okay, I'm gonna go to Houston, so, you know, still wrap up her character arc and everything. I feel like I would have been much more satisfied with either one of those, but alas, we end with a drawn-out action sequence where she kills a dog thing and a big old spaceship.
Yeah.
That's an interesting description of an alien. I thought this movie did something... I mean, I'm sure we've probably either watched movies like this before, or I'm sure there's a movie I've personally seen that's done this. But I like how they were trying to play the balancing act of, is this guy crazy and the world is actually fine? He's just using that as, like, a smoke screen to, like, get away with kidnapping and all that? Or is he not crazy and the world outside is actually ending? Because we did see examples of both where, you know, it was like weird evidence, and like there was a scene where they went up and he showed her outside and we saw the animals, and then she sees the car, it's like, oh, my paint's on it, and then we're like, oh shit, he really is just a kidnapper. And then the lady shows up and she just starts dying, and I ran through like a scenario in my head is like, what if he's just fabricating this all somehow? I like how at some point they ended up like merging this like, from my perspective, they ended up merging both of the ideas to where, yes, he was crazy, but he was also still right. He was just not the person you want to be stuck with in, like, an end of the world scenario, basically, where he had, like, obsessive compulsive disorder or whatever, where he is, like, everything has to be his way, and if not, you're a problem and a nuisance to him, just an unstable guy. But then also, like, it's still the world ending outside, and I didn't necessarily have a problem with the ending. I legitimately just thought it was going to end the same way the first Cloverfield did, where she sees this, it's kind of like when he goes there, she sees the spaceship, it comes over, and, like, it just basically, the screen goes to black when she gets either attacked by the alien or the spaceship comes over, because, like, I say in Cloverfield movies, I've only ever watched one besides this one, in Cloverfield movies or movies like this, everybody ends up usually dying in the end, so I just figured that's how it was going to end. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this movie a pretty fair bit.
I think it's all right. I think it has good suspenseful moments. I like the idea of it. I definitely had my expectations subverted, given I thought it was going to be some generic monster movie, and at the end it was. But at the start it wasn't, which is cool. It definitely had very tense feeling moments. Also, the cat in my lap is going to be very noisy. I'm sorry, audience. But Yeah, I definitely have my problems with it. A lot of the believability of, like, obviously they're doing it for the movie, but, like, the audio volume in which they're talking about their secret plan is just pretty fucking stupid a lot of the time. Like, they're not being very subtle about what they're doing at all. Like, just a lot of the believability of them, like, scheming behind this guy's back in this, like, closed off, like, tiny little fucking vault, which, you know... It's a little, you know, you gotta suspend your disbelief. I definitely...
To be fair, he
didn't
does
feel like-
find out about it because of that shit, so...
Yeah, I know, but it's still, like, them getting that far in the first place is shocking. Also, just, I don't know, I feel like the girl wasn't really in, like, it's maybe a crazy statement, but I feel like the girl really had a lot of, like, plot armor on her. I don't feel like I felt like she was in very much danger throughout most of the movie, in which case that turned out to be true, because she just fucking MacGyvered her way through everything constantly, because she's a fucking super genius and also has access to whatever she needs in any given moment, like a fucking, you know, a character in a horror game running through something. That show was pretty goofy a lot of the time for me. Like, there could have been, like, an easy way of tensing the movie up and making it seem like there was more stakes, like when she was in the fucking vent. Like, just let her get fucking stabbed once, you know? Just a tiny little stab, you know? Just, like, add some tension to it, because she should have had. It should have been, like, an easy fucking stab when she was in the fucking vent, and she just didn't. And it just kind of made me, like, lose all... I don't know. It kind of just took me out of it, and then it especially took me out of it with the ending, which was fucking dog shit, and it just kept going, and it ruined a lot of the pacing.
I will say, I agree with that. I did expect her to get stabbed at least once, and it just didn't happen. I was like, huh, that's a little convenient. I kind of hate it, and I only say kind of because I try not to be too harsh on movies. It's because that's just how I am. I really hate it when you have these movies where there's insurmountable odds, and I'm referring to the ending specifically, and I try to justify it in my mind, so maybe I'll get to that eventually. But you've got, like, the military and shit trying to take her, the alien invasion and all that, and people who are far more qualified. And then this chick is being abducted in a truck, finds a bottle of alcohol rolling around in the back after smashing her head on the windshield or whatever it was. And then is like, I'm gonna open this up, rip off some cloth, light it with a lighter that I have, and then throw it into the gaping mouth of the ship that I see. With your impeccable aim and also really strong arm, and I'm gonna take down an entire ship, which presumably is not being taken care of by our own military. And my only justification, because that's what I do for movies for no reason, is like, oh, well, maybe they focused the military powers or something, or just caught them off guard or whatever in the beginning, which could be true, because there's still resistance. I expected, like, the whole world to be ended. But, I mean, again, I watch these movies at very surface level, like, I'm not putting a lot of thought into this, so a lot of this stuff, besides what I just listed, kind of just goes right over, like, I don't care kind of thing, so, you know.
Yeah, I would like to speak a bit more to, like, the characters themselves a little bit here, though. I do think that, like, John Goodman, fantastic casting choice here. I think he did a great job. I do really appreciate how, like, his whole character shtick, you know, he's like this doomsday prepper and stuff like that, but he isn't like the sort of like psycho crazy types that we see typically in these sorts of films. He is like much more grounded, and it's like, oh, he's just like a fucking weirdo instead of just like being a crazy person. And his like fascination or fixation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like on the main character, I appreciate that wasn't like, I'm gonna fucking have her down here so I can breed a new like offspring for the new world or whatever like that. Instead it was like, you know, he was trying to like recapture like the sort of daughter that left him, which, you know, I felt was a cool, more fresh direction to go with it than I expected.
Did she leave or did he kill her? Because I thought the conclusion we got is that he killed her.
What, like his original daughter?
Yeah.
No, she was just gone. Her mom took her and left.
Well, because there's the scene where she's in like the air purifier duct place.
That was a different woman that he had kidnapped previously.
Yeah, he just kidnapped some random girl.
Oh wait. Oh no, that's right. God, the lie even got me. Jesus. Right, because it's like he showed a picture of the girl and he said, oh, this, and she's like, oh, this is his daughter, but then he's like, no, that's whatever her name was, and then her, okay, never mind. Yeah, my bad. The movie got me.
Which, by the way, that scene, that one scene where she does like climb up and see like that help or whatever. It's like scratched into the glass. I do wish that they were a little bit more clear there, that it was like from the inside, because it wasn't very obvious to me at the very least that that's what had happened there. My immediate assumption was that it was like on the outside, and this was like a scene to like reinforce that, oh no, it's like really bad out there and she shouldn't like try and leave. Because, like, you know, it's like this moment of she's like rising up through the ladder, she sees the bright sunlight, it's like, oh, maybe things are okay, you know, like I see birds flying or whatever the fuck, like maybe the world's all right out there. But then she sees, oh no, like there's still people out there who like are fucking dying or whatever. It's like that's what the help is there for. But no, instead it was on the inside and she needed to now escape. Which at the very least,
Yeah, no. They definitely didn't make it super clear. I had the exact same assumption, but thankfully it's a pretty minor point because they explained that.
Yeah,
very
they
quickly.
explain it immediately. And another thing I appreciate is that, like, you know, her fucking skills for or like
Clothes design.
Yeah, design skills. They come back as like, oh, okay, she can like actually make something useful of them, which is neat.
I agree. From a protection standpoint, this is a pretty well done film. There's some weird shots they do, but they try to make it interesting. I mean, they don't have a lot of like space to work with, you know. I definitely think there could have been some more interesting ways of presenting it, but you know, I think they did a pretty good job overall. I also the performances, dude. I also would agree the performances are quite well done. John Goodman did a fantastic job in his role,
Love that guy.
despite what Tanner may say.
Dude, he was one of the main guys, and
I came around on his appearance by the end. It clicked for me basically. Like at the beginning, it felt weird to me.
Yeah, you're like he's just really phoning it in, huh? He's just collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, but it did click at a certain point, and I kind of got it.
What was your issue with him, Tanner?
It was just very flat and monotone and unemotional, and I was like, man, he seems like the person is bored and does not want to be in this movie.
I mean, no, he definitely fit like your... I heard him as like your typical doomsday survivalist kind of guy. That's just who I imagine when I...
Yeah, like I said, it clicked by the end of it.
Okay.
I ranked this movie a B+.
Whoa.
I also gave it a B+.
Okay.
That's crazy. I gave it an A-.
Oh, holy smokes. Finally, somebody in my ballpark. I gave this movie an A+. I liked it all.
Holy cow.
When you said I kind of hate it, I thought you were gonna like flip the script and be like, "Hold on a second."
Me?
Obviously, that was referring to something specific about the movie and not like the movie as a whole. But I was like, "Hold on a second."
Yeah, just the whole idea of qualified powers not being able to do what a single person did in a much less efficient way.
A- overall. A-.